everybody. Welcome to Sunday Brunch with Black Tea. I am Miko, your host, and we have my wonderful two co-hosts here, Lynn and Candy. And we also have a wonderful guest for you today. As promised, we have Billie Donn, who is an up-and-coming makeup artist on the scene. She's looking to get into doing makeup for celebrities. Right? Yes. Okay, but before we get into all of that, we want to first get down to the good stuff. We're going to talk about brunch. How was your brunch today, ladies? It was good? Yes. Let me tell you what we had today. So we had some sausage stuffed pancakes. I mean, who does that? Nobody but me. That's right. It. Nobody but me. So we had some sausage stuffed pancakes. Excuse me, because sometimes those letters get a little tied up for me. We had some smothered potatoes with some peppers and some roasted yellow tomatoes and onions in it. Really good. And we also had some, just some regular scrambled eggs, and we had some butter cupcakes with caramel on top.
And strawberries.
With a little bit of strawberries to finish it off. How was it?
It was so good.
It was good?
It was so
everything. I mean, I tried trying to hook y'all up,
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
Make you feel good. So
yeah. For Sunday brunch.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, y'all. So today we're taking a little bit easy. Today we have our wonderful chillers here, some delicious mango, pineapple, orange guava drinks, and our beautiful Sunday brunch with black tea sippers. So
so good.
Delicious, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I said when I saw it. I was like, I get this.
The size of the bottle too.
Yeah, just enough for you. Just enough for you. And just so you do know, these can be custom made for you for anything you would like. From Black Tea, if you want it, you can always go online to blacktea.com and blacktea.com and we can personalize these. All right, guys. So. All right, let's get into it. We got Billie Donn here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and exactly what she does and what we can look forward to from her.
So I'm Billie Donn. I'm an upcoming makeup artist. I attend EI Makeup School in Hollywood. I've been going there for about a couple months. I specialize in beauty, but right now at the moment I've learned different things as far as like scoping and HD TV makeup, fashion editorial, and stuff like that. And
what the big book says.
Yes.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, but I think right now I'm still trying to figure out what I like to do. Because I know I just don't want to just stick to just one thing, just beauty. I want to be able to
be versatile.
Yeah. And different things. Because
very important.
Not only it's not really about the money, but I just love makeup. I like doing it. So.
And you love is gonna come out
right. And that's what's important when you're getting out here and you're trying to start a business and build a brand for yourself. Doing what you love is what's gonna help you succeed. It's gonna because you're not doing it just for the money. You're doing it because you enjoy what you're doing.
Right.
Exactly. And that's important. So we really want to talk today about all of our younger generation that's coming up that's really trying to plant their feet in the industry that their love is and build a brand for themselves and build a business. Because a lot of people don't know, like we talked about last weekend, that your talent is actually your business.
Right.
And it takes us a while to find out what our talents are. Some of us, but for the most part, we know what it is. We get into, but we don't know that can actually be our career.
Yeah.
We don't know that
exactly your career.
Right. So. With that said, what made you when did you know that doing makeup was something that you wanted to do?
Well, growing up, I always see my mom do her makeup, so I was digging her stuff low-key when she's not around. Put her makeup on. And I'd be crazy because my mom was darker than me, so my face would be dark and my neck would be light. But it's like as I got older, my mom didn't really allow me to wear makeup like that, so I wore like simple things like gloss and stuff like that. But I didn't really, I really didn't start doing my makeup until like high school, and then I stopped for a minute, and then like after I graduated, I felt like I needed something to do because I wasn't doing anything. I was attending El Camino Compton College, I'm sorry, for a minute, and I started going there straight out of high school, so I felt like I needed to do that because that's what everybody else does. So I'm like, I need to go to college, I need to get a job, I need to do this, I need to do that.
It takes time to think.
Yeah, and then transitioning into high school to college is real different because college, you grow on it like they're not finna be on you if you don't go to class.
Oh no.
Babysitting going on.
I wasn't used to that. And I was working over 40 hours a week, and then I did that for a minute. Then I had a phase where I was unemployed for like 6 months. So I was at home dealing with stuff, and I didn't know what to do. So I was just sitting there, like, you know, so that kind of get at you, whatever like that. And then eventually, I know that's why I like makeup, so I tried to look for makeup schools, and then I took the time out to actually go up to the school I'm attending now, and it was a struggle for me to go in because the money, I didn't have any money to go in, so I was like, there's no point in me even trying to get in.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to keep up with the payments, so I didn't do that. I started working. I wouldn't really. And then I'd be talking to her off about that, like, I'm going to make a school. She like, just do it. So I eventually did. She even offered to come with me to go to the school. To go.
That's what Black Tea does. That's what
It's supporting our young, you know, our young kids. That's important. So
yeah, but I ended up going. I got in. It was a struggle, but I got in eventually. Yeah.
And it's working for you because it's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, you're still there. You're about to graduate soon,
Yeah.
and you're learning a lot. And it's because it's what you're. If not, if it was something that was not on your itinerary that God had already prepared for you, you wouldn't still be in that school. So it tells you that right there tells you something.
Yeah.
You know, so. You know, once now that you're in, and once you graduate, once you know, get ready to, you know, you're done with school, and now you're like, okay, what do I do? Now it's your turn to take over the wheel and build your brand and build your business. You know, it's not easy building a business. It's not easy building a business.
No, it's not.
You know, especially from scratch. Now, when somebody brings you something and say, here, take over this. Now that's easy because it's already something. It's already a foundation.
Yeah.
But when you're building your own foundation, it's hard, right?
Yeah,
You know, and in your industry that you're going into, because I dibbled and dabbled in the fashion industry for a while. I did it for about 10 years. Did a few fashion shows. I used to sew and do all that good stuff. Me and the sewing machine, we fell out of, you know, we had a bad relationship. We had a bad relationship.
Let's get engaged.
We fell out. You know, I think it started with the zippers. You know, I won't tell you. You know, and I didn't have any dress forms, and my dress form didn't want to be my dress form anymore.
Right.
You know, I won't tell you who it was because I might embarrass the person. So we're gonna leave that alone. But you know, it just got to the point to where it became a struggle for me to do it. So I got out of it.
You got out of the passion.
Right. The only thing I enjoyed about it was the creativity of it. You know what I'm saying? And that is what kept me at least grounded as far as like knowing that being creative is where I'm going to end up.
Yeah. You don't need a boss to be creative.
No, exactly.
That's your freedom.
Exactly.
That's freedom right there.
Right. So I knew that creativity was my gig. I mean, did you feel like being creative when it came to makeup and different designs and looks, did you feel like that was your gig and that's why you chose the type of makeup industry you wanted to go in? Because there's different types.
Yeah.
So what made you choose that specific path in the industry?
Well, as far as makeup, I just thought it was just beauty, like, and that's it. I didn't know about like the extra stuff, like the HGTV, the special effects. I didn't know it was that raw.
Oh yeah.
You know, I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Until I joined school, so I found out also like fashion editorial. They have avant-garde. That's kind of like, it's still beauty, but it's kind of like it's over the top.
I love it.
Yeah. It's
So
the dramatic.
sometimes I like
That runway.
I can't wear it. But I like to see it on everybody.
Right.
I like to see it on everybody.
I want no feathers on the side of my face, but I can get somebody else with the feathers on the side of their face. But you like that.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that.
Good.
But you know, and I can see that with you too, because when Rihanna would make herself up, sorry, Billie Donn, I apologize. When Billie Donn would make herself up, it's just she like transformed, and I always would tell her, oh my God, you look so beautiful. I'm like, no, I don't think it looks too good, you know. And I'm like, don't ever downplay yourself in that way. Now everybody, there's always going to be room for improvement and growth, but never downplay your work. You know, anything you do, whether it's simple or something extravagant, is going to be a nice, creation. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I used to always tell her that, and I think she does, a really good job. So theatrical or whatever the makeup.
So my question to you is, where did Billie Donn come from? What is that about?
Okay.
That's your brand name, right?
Yes.
Okay. So.
That started in high school actually. That's when I started this. Yeah. My first year, I think I was in theater class, and it was 3 other Briannas in my class. So my teacher would be like, Brianna, and I'll turn around like, what? And she's not talking to me, she's talking to the other one. So I got tired of that, and then I know when people name is Brianna, they go for Bree.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
Right.
But I know some people call me that because it's not that,
easy,
so. But,
especially family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted something that
Set you apart.
I like being different. That was my I thought that was different because I didn't. And a part of me wanted to make people think I was a boy. I don't know.
I love that. I like that.
So when they see that, oh, that's a girl.
Dominant.
That's a girl.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm a girl.
Yeah, it's dominating.
And
I like
then,
that.
I think I came up with the Don part. Cause
Two
I feel
guy
like,
names.
yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Billie Donn. I like it. Go. Oh, with 2 ends too.
Yes.
With the 2
Yeah.
ends on
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then I consider myself. When I was younger, I was a princess. So as I got older, I feel like I became a queen.
Okay.
So I wanted something that represented that, but I couldn't find a name that meant queen. So I found Don, and that's kind of like a boss, like, and I was like, that's what I am. So real quick.
So you got to
Claim that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I came up with Billie Donn. I was like, kind of roll with that.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
fun. I like it.
Right.
It's a story behind the name.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. And that's important because a lot of people are going to ask you that. Like when
Yeah.
you get out there and you really, plant your feet in that industry out there, trust me, you're going to get so many people that's going to ask you, where did the name Billie Donn come from? They're going to ask you, and and the more interesting your story, the more people you're going to get that kind of, televised.
Not only that, here's the
know.
thing. When you get your award, when you're coming up from your movie, getting your and they're called Billie Donn.
Right.
They're going to be looking for a man.
Yes.
Right. And it's going to be your beautiful stuff walking up.
Yeah.
That's another point that I already visioned it, so I'm just speaking that on.
Right, it takes
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I have a question. So you said obviously you started going to school because you're passionate about it. You wanted to learn more of the skill, and then you got introduced to more of different arenas of it.
Yeah.
My question to you is that what part about the business are you preparing, or what are you doing now to prepare yourself for business after school?
After school, I think my main thing I'm working on is me as a person and my customer service, because I know I'm gonna deal with a lot of different personalities.
Yes,
Absolutely.
honey.
Divas.
Big
Yeah,
time.
and I've heard it from word to mouth, and I actually had an experience where I wouldn't say I didn't get into it with somebody, but I kind of felt that energy, and I was kind of like, oh my god, like I have to prepare
Don't
myself.
feed off of it.
Yeah.
Just don't feed off of
Like
it.
I was getting like the short end of the stick, and it kind of made me just my self-confidence go down. So
Right.
I know
Mm.
I have to
Overcome
That's something
that.
I have to.
You're going to
work
get
on.
tough skin, trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I have
going
to get
tough
tough
skin.
skin.
Yeah, you have to. You
That comes
have
with
to.
experience. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just got to go through it. That's it.
So
And
that's-
and you got to know that everybody's thoughts and expectations is not what your thoughts and expectations are. So
Yeah, they
even
don't
though
define
you
you.
might be thinking like, what's wrong with this person? That
Yeah.
person's thinking, what's wrong with you?
Right.
So it's like it's kind of like
Communication is key.
yeah.
Especially for you, because you're touching someone's face.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
making their special day.
Yeah.
So you have to definitely make sure that you are sensitive to those needs.
Yeah.
Unlike it's different from providing a service, and we say, hey, here go these mugs and cups, and we're giving this, and it's clean cut. There's no gray area.
Right.
But when it comes to your makeup and
Yeah.
people, well, you told me you wanted X, Y, and Z, so that's what you're gonna be
Yeah.
facing a lot. And
Yeah.
like you said, the more you come with, I would say the more that you practice makes perfect,
Yeah.
and that's what's gonna build up your self-confidence in it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit more about planting your feet and getting started and everything when you're trying to build a brand and a company. So Brianna gets the opportunity. Sorry, Billie Donn, and I'm
It's
gonna
okay.
keep doing that.
It's okay.
Keep doing that. So she gets the opportunity to at least get a feel for something before once you leave this table with us, and after this chat, you feel a little bit good about being able to go and start planting your feet, okay, and everything. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. All right, so we're gonna try and give Brianna a little bit of advice, or just talk about what we know about starting a business, actually planting your feet. Really so much not just focused on starting a business, but just planting your feet after you get out of school. Important things to think about. And what I want to bring up, Candace, you touched on when you were asking her about what made her want to get into that. You kind of touched on like the being comfortable customer service and things like that, and utilizing what you have now and what you're doing now. I know I harp on it a lot. I probably talk about it to everybody and anybody who would listen. But the jobs that you work in now as young adults will prepare you for what you're going to experience when you get out there, especially on your own. I always tell my team members and everything, hey, even if you don't like your job, utilize what it's teaching you.
Absolutely.
And take what it's teaching you out there into that world,
Right.
and use it, because it's gonna help you with what you want to do.
Mhm.
There's a lesson in everything, you know.
It's a stepping stone for sure.
It is.
Yeah, it's definitely a stepping stone.
It is.
I so agree with that, because I was in retail, and my retail, having customer service, well, I'm a braider and I have my own braiding business as well. So I've been having customer service just by doing one-on-one with whoever I'm doing here, right? Then when I went into retail, I took that and used that with my customers. And they're just like, oh, you're so good at what you do. It was so natural. Because
Yeah.
it's so natural. You know what I mean? But I still took what I did from braiding for those years, and when I went back into retail,
And
and I applied it
that's
then,
transferable.
and I was able to go into management and assistant management and stuff because of the customer service and the way I presented myself. So
Yeah.
it really is, like you said, everything happens.
And those are what we call soft skills.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Soft
Yeah,
skills.
Yeah.
soft skills are very transferable, so you got to make sure that you listen to your employer and make sure that you, like you said, have that customer service like you spoke of, and be personable. And that one-on-one is especially important when you in a vicinity where you just dealing with a person one-on-one, like you said,
One-on-one.
braiding.
Yes.
And
And
then
makeup.
so that and makeup. You know, those are arenas where you have to create relationships with people.
Yeah.
Want them to come back.
Absolutely. Tell a friend.
And so,
Right.
absolutely.
And the other thing too is, I always tell people, well, and young adults, period, from my kids on to other people, you see something one way. And we just talked about this a little bit earlier when we first got started. You see something one way and somebody else sees something different. I might say, this is a green jar, whatever. And you might say, this is yellow. I can't tell you that it's not yellow. And you can't tell me that it's not green, because I see what I see, you see what you see. Being able to work together and compromise on this glass to make it work is what's important. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what you take from what you do. When you get a customer, in your business of work, of employment, that's just, oh my God, this person is just a jerk. You know what I'm saying?
Having a bad day.
Having a really bad day. Try your best to make their day turn better.
Because like they say, the customer's always right.
Right. Even when they be dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
Dead wrong. But we are all customers.
Yeah.
And when we go back to some place and we want something redone or done right, or the way we think it should be done, then we're gonna feel like we're in the right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we have to look at it in that way too, because we're customers and we're providing a customer service. And in the industry that you're going into, trust and believe, honey, because I've had to deal with those people in that fashion industry. They are the worst people to deal with, but they will be the loyalest people. Because once they find somebody that works for them,
It works their personality.
honey, they stick with you. And that's key to building your brand and building your business. Is you want those people to roll with you till the wheels fall off.
Right.
You're gonna be 75 years old still doing their makeup. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be, they're gonna be loyal. Because when I dibbled and dabbled in hair for a minute, I went into cosmetology school, and they have you, when you're getting ready to graduate, they put you in the elite salon, with like a little salon. People come in and they request you.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I left cosmetology school, those people left with me. I was doing their hair at home.
Right.
I literally lived like a whole year after I graduated from cosmetology
Doing
school,
hair at home.
just doing hair at home.
Right.
Like paying rent, paying bills, taking care of my son and everything, just doing hair at home from the clients that followed me. And when I told them I wasn't gonna do hair no more, they looked at me like I was crazy. And I went in
Say what now?
and so, just being able to build that relationship, and it might not be a relationship that you're gonna take with you from your job, but it teaches you how to build relationships with different personalities. I always say, as a manager, as a supervisor, superior, or whatever at work, you don't manage people. You manage personalities.
Absolutely.
You don't build relationships with people. You build relationships with personalities, because it's their personality that you have to mesh with. Not the human body, not the person.
Right.
It's their personality you have to mesh with. So as long as you can create that connection, then your business will flourish. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm still building. I'm not gonna, sit here and say like my business is just, triumphant.
That's like learning. You're still learning.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
always
still
be building. You're always gonna be.
Right. you know.
It's evolving.
Yeah.
But and I'm learning a lot as I go. I'm learning, you know, you can't please everybody. You know, I'm learning that, you know, somebody might give you 5 stars, somebody else might give you 2, but you getting the same. You giving the same business. to
Right.
both.
Not only that, but they
temptation.
both took the time to give you whatever they gave you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they had
you
to
know.
do that. They went out there where they even give you whatever they gave you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so, and having patience pays off.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
It pays
Don't
off.
get
I don't
discouraged.
have any impatience.
You're
I
gonna
feel like
learn.
I'm the microwave generation. I want everything.
Yeah.
Long as
Yes.
you
You already
know. Now you know. That's the thing. When you know you have a problem,
Yeah,
then you
so
can fix the problem.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad problem. I'm just saying, young people, they don't be like,
Patient.
that's your problem. No, it's your problem.
Right.
You're the one that have to learn that
Right.
everything is not instant. It doesn't
Absolutely.
come. You have to work hard for it, no
Yeah.
matter what.
And I think the thing with that is, I feel like with my generation, it's so hard because like on Instagram, when people post stuff, they make it seem like everything is right
Like
now.
it happened for
We
you
don't
right
see
then.
that
The
struggle,
work. Absolutely.
Mhm.
They
So
don't
I
cut
look
that
at
short.
that, like I know they had to probably work for that, but
Right.
it's like I'm not, but when I look at it, I'm like, it's
You
like,
see
it's not that
Well, you
sweet.
see the
Right.
product.
Right, right.
Y'all like I did that in a week, so I'm like, why is it not happening for me? And it
Right.
I kind of get discouraged sometimes when I see people taking trips. I'm like, I'm still in LA.
Right. So,
Your own lane. You have a lane.
Yes, that's right.
You drive that car,
Yeah.
your lane, and that's where you go.
yeah.
The other people are just driving with you.
Right.
That's it.
Okay, well, so let's talk about that. I think the last conversation we had too with the young lady last week was we talked about, you know, the internet and using it and
Yes.
Instagram and everything. Let's talk a little bit about that. You know, it seems to be like the topic of conversation pretty much
In any
in
business.
any business and at all
That's
times
right.
because
That
it's
is
so
part of
big.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Now-
very much part of your
Yeah, it's
business.
the new
Right,
Mhm.
and you just said that, you know, looking at people on Instagram and what they're doing, you feel like you're behind because they're doing so much more. But what do you think that you're lacking? Where do you think you're lacking compared to what they're doing?
It's times I think I see the attention that they get. I think that's what it is, and when you go viral, like that's how I feel like that's how you make connections because everybody sees it and you don't know who's looking at it.
Right.
So like I don't know if anybody like makeup like me. If you heard of Aaliyah J, I watched her from the beginning. She started on YouTube, started doing her makeup, making videos, and started going viral. And then Instagram started getting popping, so everybody started doing that. And then she ended up doing Nicki Minaj's makeup, and she didn't go to school. I'm in school. She started on YouTube, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Where
like
am I going wrong?
Right.
Yeah, like I should have just did that. So, but it's like
No, you have your own path.
Yeah,
Yes.
You have your own path.
Yeah,
And
your own
remember,
path.
everything you do is a reason why it's happening. You have to, so you can learn patience.
Yeah.
That's coming along with all of that. That's why it's
Yeah,
that way.
lessons
Some
learned.
it's the stars that line up too. We're
Yeah.
not saying that, but right now you're lining your stars. Not
Yeah.
letting the stars line up for you.
Right.
Everybody has their own path. I probably sound like a broken record when I say this, but I tell people this all the time. I used to tell my son this all the time growing up. Honey, you was not born with a manual attached to your ass.
Absolutely.
So therefore, there's nothing scripted that's gonna tell you how your life is gonna go or what's supposed to happen next. Everything is like a blank page.
Yeah.
For none of us, it's a blank page. You're writing your book as you're going. So it's literally. Don't look at what somebody else is doing, the success of somebody else, and feel that you're not that's going to be as successful or worth it because you're not where they are, because your time is coming. It was just something else you needed to learn before you got there.
Right, and
You know
I was
what
going to say that because you just said that you went into school for one thing, thinking it was going to be one part of makeup you were looking at,
Yeah.
but you found out that there was other loves in that industry that that person who you're looking up to might not be qualified. She could be a 1.0 show. I'm not saying she is or isn't,
Right.
but I don't know. But you don't know what she is really
Her skill
equipped,
set.
her skill set, and you're gonna by going to school, you're gonna be equipped with a better skill set than most who you see on Instagram and some of those people, like you said, some people have natural talent to where they can make money in business and do and thrive, and that's just the luck of the straw. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
some of us have to go to school. Some of us have to have those trials and tribulations, and it's just a matter of time. But you can't get discouraged because a lot of times when you get discouraged, you want to quit.
Yeah.
And when you quit, then you're starting all over again.
That's
you know?
right.
So
With something new.
That you gotta find that you love.
Right. That you probably don't even want to do.
So
I think I'll try computers today.
Right.
And you can do that. It's nothing wrong with starting and find, because you might, it's nothing wrong with finding something new, but it's something wrong in quitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before you start it, just finish it. And sometimes it might be something that you learn that you want to do something different, and it might be something like, hey, I'm glad I stuck with this.
Right.
You know?
Now I do want to say that, when I was younger, I was working for a temporary agency, and one of my clients at the time was a professor at USC. She was a professor of psychology. Her name was Dr. Ma'am. I'm never going to forget this lady because for some reason she just took to me. And I probably already told you this story, but I'll tell the story to everybody because it's an awesome message. She said that, in order for you to become successful, you must believe in yourself and your goals. And the only way you're going to believe in your goals is if you continue to follow the steps of the goals that you have created for yourself. Some people change up all the time. Oh, I'm going to start doing it this way, I'm going to start doing it this way. She said, what I want you to do is I want you to take your short-term goals, which is 5 years. She said, never get your short-term goals less than 5 years. Write them down, post it above your bed. Read them every morning you wake up. She said, the next thing I want you to do is write down your 10-year goal, which is your success goal. Write them down, post that next to your 5-year goal over your bed. Read them every morning when you wake up. She said, and as you continue to do that, you'll start knocking out these goals as you're going along. And eventually you'll see that success at the end. Now, granted, I started it, and unfortunately, I stopped.
Like many of us do.
Yeah, like many of us do. And I wish I had have continued doing that because when I did start it, that's when I started to see some movement going for myself. And then I stopped because I got discouraged. I was a young single mom, and I felt like I had responsibility over top of what I really wanted to do. And that's what I did. And at the time, that's what it was. But it does work. It does work, and because like I said, I saw it started to move for me and then it stopped, and I told somebody else about it, and they're actually, doing what they really want to do right now, because not just based on that, but just, because they stuck with it and believed in themselves. So just keep that,
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Do something like that. I'm not saying that, you have to do that, but I really think that she touched on something when she said that, and it must have been something, that works, or something that was, really good, because I still tell people about it years later. And it's been,
I'm taking
it's been some years. It's been some years. But advice like that is the kind of stuff that you really want to, focus on. Don't focus on what those people on Instagram are doing.
Yeah.
You just keep doing what you're doing. Post. Because social media is the way today. So you do want to post, because I know I'm the worst kind of social media person moving. I got to get into it,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I ain't going for all that.
I ain't blaming it. I'm trying way harder than y'all do.
I'm getting into it. But continue to post, continue to upload, continue to show your work, because that does help. It definitely helps. The internet is just, it's like we said last time, it is just a free marketing tool for you.
I went on your Instagram and stalked you a little bit. Because you didn't know me, and I was just like, oh, I like your work. So yeah.
But you want that.
But I know. So
I mean, not creepy.
follow me back if you want to.
Look, not creepy stalkers, but stalkers like me.
She gonna look back.
It was right. Because you followed me when I was like working. I'm like, I told my coworker, man, I'm like, who is this lady? Like,
Don't blame it on me. You got with it, right? And then I'll share you with my friends. That's how we get a network.
Right. And so exactly. So the whole purpose of this is to help our young youth today coming up behind us, because you guys are basically gonna keep everything going as we continue to get older.
Yeah, we're going to the attic, and you guys are at the basement.
Yeah, right. So we want to make sure that that we give you guys all that we possibly can as young adults. Not that we are experts.
We're still learning too.
We're still learning.
Because we got a lot to learn from you guys.
But
we have a lot to learn from you guys.
Once we feel like we have nothing to learn, then we
gave up.
We watched everybody go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Sit in the corner, put a blanket on.
Not to cut y'all off.
Yes.
We didn't touch on what's your Instagram page and your email. How can we get in contact with you?
right, my Instagram is beatbybills with 3 S's, and then my email is billydonn@gmail.com. I said that word. So.
Yeah, let's start over. Let's do it over. Let's say it one more good time.
Okay, my Instagram is beatbybills with 3 S's, and then my email is billydonn@gmail.com. gmail.com.
All right.
So do you have any questions for us? You know, do you feel like we can give you any type of pointers, advices, or tips?
When, as far as like starting a business, and you know you have to keep a steady job to keep money and keep up the stuff that you have in your everyday life. When is the point where you're like, I'm gonna stop working my 9 to 5 and just go full in with you know?
I myself don't think there's a particular time. That's not a formula that anybody particularly can give you. It has to be something that you innately feel in your heart that you're gonna just, you know, step out on faith and do. Because it's different for everybody.
It is. It's definitely different for everybody. You know, some people have the opportunity where they might have a significant other that they can, you know, take that time and do that, and some people don't. So it really is, like you said, a faith, you know, situation.
It's like working part-time and part-time.
And also,
I mean, it's like part-time and part-time, and then when your love and your passion come all the way through, you're gonna not want to go clock in for nobody. You're gonna be like, I'm tired of having to go in at a certain time when you set your own schedule. So you're gonna know. You, like they said, you're gonna know. It's not even gonna be a question. This is gonna be like, I got a client at this time. I'm supposed to be at work at this time. You go that day is gonna be like, my client is gonna give me what I will make at my job. Right. This day. So let me
and give me the opportunity to keep building.
Yes.
And
because that's your walking billboard.
Right.
See, that's what I love. The work that we do. You make walking billboards. Somebody, you beat their face, they walk by. Your makeup looks nice. Oh, I got makeup done by Billie Donn. Oh, okay. Okay, do you have a number? How do I get in contact with her? Boom, boom, boom.
And get you some cards, honey. If they just some simple little, put your name on them and put your phone number, Instagram, put all your information. Just get you some basic cards. And you can, you know, so you can hand out to people when they ask you.
Because trying to do it on your phone, it takes too much time. It's too much time. Too much time.
You can go to the next day flyers.
Right.
Next day flyers.com. You can make your own cards up and get them shipped to you. You know, so make you some cards, have them on you at all times, even if they're just simple and basic. That way, you know, when people ask you, you have something to give them. When you have to fumble around, like Lynn said, with you trying to get your phone and all that, they're like, oh,
gotta go.
But when they got that hard copy in their hand, they're like, oh, okay, you know, and if you can, build you a small little website. Build you small little that you can manage yourself. You know, something that you can just sit at home, upload pictures, take away pictures, add what you want to add, you know, things like that. Because people will, you know, they might not, like, just like with Instagram and Facebook, they might not
on social media
buy anything, or they might not, you know, request your service right away, like you were saying last time, but they will look at your page. And when they need something, they say, oh, I
know, right.
You know,
artists,
right. Right, and that's what you want. You know, you want to keep people, you want to stay fresh on their minds, and that's what I'm getting used to, is staying fresh on people's minds. You know, and that the way you're doing it is awesome. You know, that internet is just, you know, it's just key. It's definitely key. Yeah. So, you know, it's important, and a lot of people don't know that, you know, when it comes to building your business, you know, networking and support is like extremely important, and that's what we're all about. We want to make sure we network and connect with everybody that we know that are trying or want to try or want to build or is building a business, because if I support you and market you, then you support me and market me. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a trade. It's a trade-off thing, you know. And because if I don't, who else will?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Who else will? We need to make sure that we stay tight and help each other out, because, you know, it's hard out there. It's hard out there.
We all need cheerleaders for each other.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly. And especially, you know, you being so young and coming up, you don't want to get discouraged because nobody is supporting you and nobody is, you know, cheerleading for you, and nobody is saying, hey, you know, and referring you or whatever.
And you're in a competitive
field,
so you're always gonna feel like, I'm one of many. So you do have to find something that's gonna make you stand out. Whether it's your personality, your work absolutely has to stand out. I'm sure that. But you're just always being yourself and work on those little things that you know you need to work on. Work on those, put those on that goal.
Yes. Another thing is, like I said before, do not downplay any of your work, anything that you do. You know, stay true to yourself. you know, with what you do and what you want to do. And, you know, small little story, you know, it took me a minute to really embrace what I do and really be like, oh yes, this is me. Because before I used to be like, oh no, it's okay, everybody can do it. But now I'm very, you know, confident in what I do. And I think it probably happened when I was in cosmetology school, because I, you know, got all these awards. I won a trip to Atlanta for, you know, for hair, and I had, you know, Kim Kimball wanted me to come work at her salon.
I thought she seen her. She got on my shirt.
Yes, you know, she went to the school I went to, and she wanted me to come work at her salon, and I ended up going to another one and interning for this other person. But just to have people, you know, of such caliber want me, I was like, well, shoot, my work, I must be good. I started fitting because I still felt like I had work to do. I didn't feel like everything was perfect, but at that moment is when I said, you know what, it's time for me to embrace what I can do, the talents that I have, rather than set them by the wayside. Because if I don't embrace it, I'm never going to succeed. You know, and like I always tell people, rather my business is this small or my business grows to be extremely big, I'm going to continue to work with it. I'm going to continue to push it. I'm going to continue to have fun with it, because it's something that I enjoy. So I might have 2 clients a year, or I might have 200 clients a year. Either way, Black Tea is going to always have a presence.
Right.
It's going to always have a presence. So keep that, you know, make sure you know, support yourself. And promote yourself, you know, because if you don't do it, nobody else will.
Absolutely.
Okay, you know, ladies, this was great. I enjoyed Brianna today, Billie Donn, you know, and you know, and I enjoyed you ladies too. And you know, again, we have to stay connected. We have to network. We have to support our young adults coming up, and you know, as well as supporting each other, you know, and that's it. I think we done. For today. You know, our next show coming up, just want to let you know, we're going to be talking to a fitness instructor. She's, you know, right, a fitness instructor who works with everyone from kids all the way up to from 9 to 99, exactly. Right, you know, and she her business is called KM Fitness. And we're going to chat with her and get some good tips and advice about fitness and building a business around, you know, health and fitness, because that's a big thing right now, you know.
It always is going to be a big thing.
Right.
We always need to be in health.
I'm trying to tell you. Right. Yeah, good health.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us today and tuning in and listening to us here at Black Tea. Sunday Brunch with Black Tea, excuse me. You can definitely go online and check out our website, www.blackteacomplete.com, or you can look us up on Instagram at events_at_Black Tea and check us out. All right, until next time, talk to you guys later. Bye.